Welcome to Quizzical Grace. Today's challenge is all about women in the Bible: mothers, leaders, queens, prophets, and more. You'll face 30 questions and you only get 5 seconds to answer each one. So think fast, trust your instincts, and see how many you can get right. Let's jump in. Which prophetess authenticated the Book of the Law for King Josiah? C. Huldah. Huldah was one of only 2 women called prophetess in the Old Testament and helped trigger a national revival, 2 Kings 22. Who drove a tent peg through Sisera's head? D. Jael. Jael fulfilled Deborah's prophecy that a woman would get the glory for Sisera's defeat, Judges 4 verse 21. Who was Abraham's wife after Sarah? C. Keturah. Keturah bore Abraham 6 sons, including Midian, ancestor of Moses' father-in-law, Genesis 25 verses 1-2. Who is called the mother of all living? B. Eve. Eve's name means life or living, Genesis 3 verse 20. From which town did Mary Magdalene come? C. Magdala. Mary Magdalene's name literally means Mary from Magdala, a town on the Sea of Galilee. Who was the only female judge in Israel? B. Deborah. Deborah judged under a palm tree and led Israel to victory, Judges 4 verses 4-5. Who bought a night with Jacob for mandrakes? A. Leah. Leah traded mandrakes with Rachel for time with Jacob, Genesis 30 verses 14-16. Who was the first to see the resurrected Jesus? C. Mary Magdalene. Jesus chose Mary Magdalene to be the first witness of his resurrection, John 20 verses 16-18. Which queen refused King Xerxes' command? B. Vashti. Vashti's defiance paved the way for Esther to become queen, Esther 1 verse 12. Who was Samuel's mother? A. Hannah. Hannah's prayer and vow led to the birth of Samuel, the last judge, 1 Samuel 1 verse 20. Which woman is mentioned most often in the Bible? B. Sarah. Sarah is named 59 times, more than any other woman. Who hid Israelite spies in Jericho? B. Rahab. Rahab, a Canaanite, is in Jesus' genealogy, Matthew 1 verse 5. Who led Israelite women in song after the Red Sea? A. Miriam. Miriam was Moses' sister and a prophetess, Exodus 15 verses 20-21. Who was Jacob buried with? D. Leah. Jacob was buried in the cave of Machpelah with Leah, Genesis 49 verse 31. Who was healed of 7 demons by Jesus? C. Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene became a devoted follower after her deliverance, Luke 8 verse 2. Who risked her life to save her people from genocide? B. Esther. Esther's courage saved the Jews in Persia, Esther 4 verse 16. Who was the first European convert in Acts? A. Lydia. Lydia, a seller of purple cloth, opened her home to Paul, Acts 16 verses 14-15. Who stopped David from killing Nabal? B. Abigail. Abigail's wisdom averted bloodshed and later she became David's wife. 1 Samuel 25 verses 32 to 33. Who was Solomon's mother? D. Bathsheba. Bathsheba's intervention secured Solomon's throne. 1 Kings 1 verses 11 to 31. Which woman from Genesis secretly took her father's household gods when leaving his house? B. Rachel. Rachel hid Laban's household idols under her camel's saddle and cleverly avoided detection. Genesis 31 verse 19 and 34 to 35. Who were Lazarus' sisters? A. Mary and Martha. Both sisters appear in the story of Lazarus' resurrection, John 11 verses 1 to 2. Who was Hosea's wife, symbolizing Israel's unfaithfulness? A. Gomer. Hosea's marriage to Gomer was a living parable, Hosea 1 verses 2 to 3. Who was the mother of John the Baptist? D. Elizabeth. Elizabeth and Mary were relatives. Both had miraculous births, Luke 1 verse 36. Who anointed Jesus' feet with perfume and wiped them with her hair? B. Mary of Bethany. Mary's act foreshadowed Jesus' burial, John 12 verses 3 to 7. Which woman was turned into a pillar of salt for looking back at the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah? B. Lot's wife. Although never named in the Bible, Lot's wife became a symbol of the consequences of disobedience and looking back when God calls us forward, Genesis 19 verse 26, Luke 7 and verse 32. Who was the wife of Aquila, known for teaching Apollos? B. Priscilla. Priscilla is always mentioned before Aquila, highlighting her leadership, Acts 18 verse 26. Who was the prophetess who recognized baby Jesus at the temple and spoke about him to all who were waiting for redemption? D. Anna. Anna was 84 years old and had been widowed for most of her life, spending her days fasting and praying at the temple, Luke 2 verses 36 to 38. Which woman's name means bitter, and she asked to be called this after losing her husband and sons? C. Naomi. Naomi said, "Call me Mara, because the Almighty has made my life very bitter," when she returned to Bethlehem, Ruth 1 verse 20. Which woman, along with her husband, was struck dead for lying to the Holy Spirit about money? B. Sapphira. Sapphira and Ananias' story is a powerful lesson on honesty told in Acts 5 verses 1 to 11. Who was the only female in the New Testament specifically called a deacon, servant/minister of the church? B. Phoebe. Phoebe is described as a deacon of the church in Cenchreae, Romans 16 verse 1, making her a trailblazer for women in ministry. How'd you do? Drop your score in the comments and share the question you most struggled with. If you enjoyed this Bible quiz, hit subscribe and the bell for more faith-filled challenges. Keep growing in grace and knowledge, and I'll see you in the next quiz. God bless.